Greetings and welcome. We are Da'el. We are extremely appreciative for this opportunity to co-create the course, the Game of Awakening, with you. In today's session, we shall discuss one technique of prayer. We have previously described what prayer is. As such, we shall bypass that aspect of prayer and delve straight into one technique. The first technique of prayer that we shall offer to you is that of the ShockWave. Dearest ones, we love you so much. The ShockWave technique of prayer is used for when you know exactly, perfectly, and completely what it is you want. Let us begin first by stating that you cannot, and we repeat, cannot force anything into manifestation, nor can you deliberately speed things up into manifestation. You must trust that the universe shall complete and deliver it to you. If you are praying or meditating with the intention or desire to speed up the process, then you are not trusting, and you are then, in fact, slowing down the manifestation. Dearest ones, the saying, "Let go and let God," is absolute truth. Once you let go of your prayer, you must allow it to take place and manifest itself into existence at its own timing. There are many reasons as to why the timing is out of your control if you are of the service to others in LoveLight frequency. But we shall discuss that topic in a separate transmission. We shall continue to deliver our session today for those who resonate within the LoveLight service to others frequency. Dearest ones, we love you so much. As we said, you must let go and let God. You must trust and believe beyond any other thought possible that your prayer has been answered and will be reflected back into your physical experience shortly. Any thoughts to the contrary will be delaying the manifesting, because as we said in a previous transmission, all thoughts are in fact prayers. If you have doubt of something becoming manifest, then you are praying for your original prayer to not manifest itself. Let us now continue with the actual technique. The ShockWave technique can be performed either individually or by a couple in a spiritual union, such as marriage. Let us discuss how to perform the ShockWave technique as an individual first. For the individual, this is a visualizing technique along with very strong breath work. As we have said before, prayer is an art form that needs to be practiced. As such, what we are about to describe will need to be practiced several times before you will be able to feel the prayer to have been birthed. Once you have in your mind precisely what it is you want and the associated feelings of having it, if we were you, we would sit down on a comfortable chair or on the floor, whichever made us feel happier. We would have the room very quiet or would have on very soft and gentle background music. We would close our eyes. We would then begin to visualize what it is we wanted. Then we would begin to visualize a scenario where we would be living with what it was we wanted. As we allowed the scenario to play out, we would begin to take deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. The more we would visualize the wonderful scenario of our desire, the stronger our breaths would become. Then we would start to deeply feel how glorious our life would be like to have what it was we wanted. The joy, the pleasure, the excitement, the satisfaction. We would feel all those emotions building within us as we breathe deeper and deeper and stronger and stronger. We would then start to feel the energy within us begin to build down at our tailbone and flow quickly up to the crown of our head, and then flow back down to our tailbone, and then flow quickly back up to the crown of our head. All the while breathing deeper and deeper, stronger and stronger. This is much like priming a pump. And then, once we felt we had created this circulating, pumping energy flowing up and down our spine, and we felt the amount of energy building within could not grow anymore, we would take one deep and fast inhalation while visualizing all the energy within ourselves being exploded out from the top of our head, and then, like a shock wave, flowing over and through all of Gaia, and then out into the cosmos, and then sending the shock wave out as far as our visualization will allow us. We then would exhale out all of the air in our lungs, visualizing any remaining energy that was in our body from the prayer followed the shockwave. You will know if you have mastered this specific prayer technique because once you have sent out the shockwave, you will have no desire to do it again. You will feel like you have accomplished something wonderful, and you will be ready for a small resting period, such as a brief nap. We do want you to know that you must be aware of how you are breathing during this technique, as it is possible to enter into a state of hyperventilation. You do not want to hyperventilate, so we encourage you to practice this technique slowly at first in order to avoid hyperventilation and to learn about how your lungs work with various breathing techniques. The second version of the shockwave technique for manifestation through prayer is a technique most harmoniously practiced with a marital or spiritual partner. A marital relationship was to be that of healing one another, bonding with one another, and also co-creating the manifestations for the bonded pair. This is why your religions urge people to only have relations after marriage, because a spiritual bonding would ideally have been created. The energy that a human contains within them is extraordinarily glorious. The sharing of that energy with another human is sacred. What two humans can co-create together, if they have deliberate intentions to do so, is beyond what most of you would believe is possible. It is our recommendation to share this sacred energetic exchange only with partners whom you have a significant spiritual bond. If we were you, we would perform the ShockWave technique of prayer with a partner in the following manner. Coitus is not required, but it is commonly performed as part of the spiritual healing and bonding relationship. We shall discuss the ShockWave technique without coitus involvement. We would be in a beautiful and quiet room with our spiritual partner. We would both have agreed to the deliberate intention of the prayer that is about to be performed. For example, maybe the agreed upon intention is to manifest a new and beautiful home for the pair to live in together. We would sit together on the floor, facing each other, sitting as closely as possible for our torus fields to be interacting. We would look into our partner's eyes and feel the deep spiritual love for our partner. We would feel this love grow in our heart center with the excitement of knowing we were co-creating something wonderful with this beautiful and glorious being of light. With both individuals having the same intention, we would begin to perform the ShockWave technique in the exact same manner as done individually. The only difference would be ensuring that both spiritual partners sent out the ShockWave at the exact same time. After the ShockWave has been sent out, we would not think about the prayer again. It is done. It has been created. Now it is just a matter of time before your mirrored world reflects what you have just projected into it. Again, we shall discuss the reason for time delays in another transmission. Dearest ones, we love you so much. The ShockWave technique is extremely powerful. It is useful for you as you will be able to feel that you have connected with universal intelligence. Quite often our beloved children feel disconnected from Source God when they pray, as they feel they are talking to something imaginary and not real. The ShockWave technique establishes a mental connection between you and the energy around you. It also offers to you the opportunity of contemplating exactly what is happening with the energy that you have just shot out into the universe, and how law of attraction shall bring it back to you. The shockwave technique is a wonderful way of expanding your consciousness. We leave you now in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator, Adonai.